Hey dear friends! If you follow the news, you probably already know that Facebook has officially begun testing ads in Oculus Quest 2 VR headsets. We all expected it in some form or the other, and if you haven't, then you probably haven't been paying attention. But anyway, it's happening, it's not a rumor, it has been confirmed, it's happening. I haven't made a video about it immediately after the news broke. I needed some time to process it, and honestly, we didn't have enough information to go with. We still don't, but something came into light recently, so I'm glad I waited. What happened is a VR gaming company called Resolution Games has officially opted in to include ads in their game called Blaston. After it has been announced, the game received dozens of one-star reviews on various systems by people who were unhappy about the company's decision, which naturally brought the game's rating down. What is important, the only reason why the game was rated 1 star is the company's decision to opt in and have in-game ads. The game currently does not have any ads, so what we see here is the reaction, or the protest, if you will, against this decision, and not the actual gaming experience. The article from Upload VR described that dozens of users left 1-star reviews, while more than 1-star reviews have been added since then. Dozens is still not a very large number, and just FYI, we still can't say that the majority of users are unhappy about it, because that would be speculation. We don't really have the analytics to call them the majority, but these reviews exist, and there were many enough to make the news and to stir some things around. And after that, people who posted these negative reviews started getting attacked by those who believed it to be unfair that the game is being rated so low, accusing them of bombing the game with negative reviews for the policy that has been introduced by Facebook in the first place. While we may not know all the reasons why this company chose to put ads in their game, nevertheless, knowing that it was the company's decision to opt in and support this policy, users felt that the company shared the responsibility for this decision as well. This is a very complicated situation. We have a major company like Facebook whose business model is built upon advertising and data collection. Oculus is now owned by Facebook, but originally Oculus was not created as a social media Facebook-like platform, and its business model was different. What's happening now is Facebook is trying to transform Oculus's model, trying to make it similar to Facebook's, but to what extent they will succeed is this will be determined by users. The truth is, users do have the power to change the policies set by big corporations, especially when these policies are in the infancy stages. But will the users let them, or will they protest? What we see right now with Blaston game is an act of protest. We don't know how many people have actually rated the game 1 star, but something is happening, enough to create some noise. One thing important to know is that big companies take user feedback very seriously, and they look at it and they measure it. They measure the extent of the negative feedback that the policy is generating among the users, and if this feedback is significant, they will change it. But if it's not, and if the percentage of people who are unhappy is much lower than the people who are indifferent to it, then they will take the hit. Their losses will be too low to justify any change. So, if you're unhappy with this new Facebook policy, it is within your right to make it known. You may contact Oculus or Facebook customer support and file a complaint, or you may complain about the product because guess what? You're the user. You are the only person who decides whether you're happy with the product or not. And nobody can tell you how you should feel about this game or that your impression from the product is wrong, because this is how you perceive it. Think about it. When you purchase a game, you purchase the whole package. And it's not just, oh, this is gameplay and this is ads. They're two separate things. No. It's one and the same thing now. It's the same company that makes the decision to incorporate ads in the game. The ads are a part of this game now, and it is the company's responsibility to handle it in a way to make their users happy. Now, the issue with that, though, is that there aren't actually any ads in the game yet. The game is given low ratings because people knew that there are going to be ads in the future. A certain number of people were unhappy enough with this new policy to rate the game low based solely on the fact that the game is testing in-game ads right now. And the new announcement from Blaston, which came just hours before this recording, says that they are pulling out of the ad testing based on the user feedback. Please remember that it does not mean that the game refuses to have ads in the future when this feature launches, but they recognize the backlash and decided to distance themselves from this ad test for now. And that didn't last long. Only a couple of hours after I recorded this video, Blaston tweeted yet another announcement saying that they are now testing in-game ads in their free VR game Bait. Ads in free games as opposed to paid games was a frequently expressed idea by users, so Resolution Games made a smart move. But still, don't get confused here. This doesn't mean that only free games will have ads in the future. Again, it's Facebook who sets the rules, and other paid games still might choose to opt in. But it looks like in case of Blaston, user feedback made a difference. Again, it is not an indicator that the policy itself is being changed by Facebook. We haven't heard any comments from Facebook about this issue yet. Now, what does it mean for Facebook, and does Facebook actually care? Look, in this situation, the VR gaming company that decide to put ads in their games are customers. They are the customers, and Facebook is the business that provides the service. If there are no customers, there's no service. So what is the incentive for the gaming companies to put ads? Obviously the ad revenue. Maybe there are some other things that we don't know about, but we can see that one negative consequence that comes out of it is that unhappy users may rate this game low because it has ads in it. And this is not what gaming companies want to happen. What potentially may happen after this is that the negative backlash is strong enough, other companies may be reluctant to make the same decision. Whether it's low ratings or a considerable amount of user complaints to Facebook, it will be noticed, so it is in users' hands. If you are okay with it, and if you don't really care, you don't really have to do anything about it, really. This is up to you. But if it is something that doesn't sit well with you, then it is within your right to make noise and to make yourself heard. And you will be heard, but only if there's a large enough user population that shares your dissatisfaction. Enough noise will make Facebook notice. Just in case, I will leave a link to Facebook customer support below in the description where you can express your opinion and make yourself heard. Don't just think that it's going to go nowhere and no one will ever read it. Like I said, they take these things really seriously and they measure the damage. Big companies carefully assess whether it is a serious enough issue to do something about it. So if we don't see any changes in the in-game VR ads and they continue appearing in other games, then it simply means that the majority of people are okay with it or are indifferent to it as far as Facebook is concerned. You are the user, and it is the company's responsibility to cater to your needs and not the other way around. And if you're unhappy with the product or policy, nobody has the right to tell you how you should feel about it. If you're unhappy, it's the company's responsibility to change this and not yours. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about having ads in VR headsets? Is it a big deal for you, or is it something you don't even think about and you don't really think that you will notice while playing? You're a part of VR community and you're the niche consumer, so your opinion matters and I urge you to express it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and as always, happy gaming!